Welcome back, guys. We're gonna ask some of your questions today. You asked, we answered. Will we know?
You're gonna answer the question. We're gonna ask some of your questions. Okay, I get it. Start again.
Some of these questions are about design. I mean, fingers crossed, most of them are about design, and we'll see if I can string together some kind of cohesive answer. Let's hit it.
Let's do this. Okay, great question.
Ooh.
Tell me about the process of switching old fireplaces to gas. What do I need to know about the insert and design of them?
So, this can be a tricky question.
Here,
Yeah, I feel it.
It's bothering you. Thank you.
Still there?
No, you
So if you have an existing fireplace, it could be wood burning. It could also be coal. My house, both of my fireplaces were coal, which you cannot change to wood burning. You probably can, but it would cost $9 million. The other thing is often in an old house, if it was wood burning or coal, the opening is really small. So you need to find an insert that's going to fit into that opening. Valor has a bunch that fit into them. They call the Portrait series. There's a bunch of different fronts you can use, but the inserts are quite small and will fit in an old coal or wood burning fireplace, like in a smaller, older home. The venting is the other thing. Can you go straight up the chimney and use the existing liner, or are you gonna go back out the back wall and vent? I feel like the first step would be to contact like a good fireplace supplier and have them come to your house, and they'll help you find an insert that's going to work in the scenario, and they'll figure out the best way to vent it. One of the things I'm really hoping to see happening in North America in the next few years is better electric inserts. Because right now the electric insert options we have are okay. They work better in a more contemporary style. Like a lot of the linear ones are electric and they can look really cool, but there aren't good ones that are electric that are designed to fit in an existing opening. So I think that's something that our market is really missing, and we need more options. So suppliers, if anyone wants to make me a good looking electric fireplace that fits into an old cold opening, I'm down.
We'd like to know about it.
I'll sponsor it, but not money though.
Yeah, no, we won't give you any money. Where to splurge and where to save in a large renovation?
Okay, so I would splurge on the things that are gonna get the most wear and tear. Like
Also, I was gonna say, okay, what are we talking about? Because I was gonna say, like, windows and doors.
Definitely.
You gotta, if they need to be replaced, they need to replace. Because that's something you're never gonna do, the dirt and the dust.
No, agreed. And there's also some things that there's a really big difference in durability, whereas there's some things that there's not. Like good countertops are gonna get a lot of wear and tear, and crappy countertops are going to look crappy shortly after you start using them because they get a lot of use. Like a wall tile, subway tile is cheap and can look fantastic if installed well and can be really great. Tiles, there's not a huge difference in terms of quality, I don't think, as much as like a countertop. I would say also like customizing things. The whole benefit of doing a renovation is to make it work for your family in your space. I think things like prefab kitchens, IKEA kitchens can be really great, but sometimes they just do not fit the space and you're giving up all this storage to use the cheaper cabinets, and in that case, it's not worth it. Oh, I also think like, this is gonna be a bit dramatic, but I think a good contractor is a splurge.
Oh, wow.
You can buy a $20,000 faucet, but if it's installed correctly, it's useless to you.
Incorrect.
You can buy paying for good trades and a good GC.
And also like your
so
peace of
important.
mind, just your general peace of mind.
My peace of mind is priceless.
Where to splurge and where to save. Where can you save? We really just talked about splurging.
We did. We're really focused on splurging. No, I think there's lots of places to save. I think there are areas where you could do cheaper millwork. Like sometimes in laundry rooms, we do like a laminate, which is much cheaper than using like a wood veneer or another finish. And that can be a great place to save. Like your laundry room is laminate, it looks great.
It's laminate?
No, I'm just kidding.
I mean, I was gonna say, I don't know if you'll disagree, but obviously furniture, because
That's
you
a good
can
point.
replace them. So for example, in my dining room, I just got like a really great secondhand table.
Facebook Marketplace.
Facebook Marketplace, and right now it looks great and it was cheap and cheerful. So furniture for sure, and that's easy to replace.
I agree. I that's actually a really good point, because I think when I think about a renovation, I think about like the construction part and the fixed finishes. You're never gonna go back and rip out your floors and replace them.
No.
So like spend the money on the things you're never gonna replace, but you can also like have a plan for what this new beautiful sofa is and where it's gonna go, but not execute that until a later time. Our answers are always the same. Our answers are always like, you need to plan everything. You need to hire good trades.
Whatever questions you ask, we just say hire good trades and plan everything and hire a designer. That's the answer.
That's the answer all the time.
Okay, where do you suggest starting a design? Rug, wallpaper? I don't think you would start with the wallpaper.
I could start with the wallpaper. I would start with your hero. What's your hero in here? Are we doing a room that's like full wallpaper? Then I'm gonna start with the wallpaper. What's my moment here? Like, what is my focal point? What is drawing my eye? What is like the thing you're gonna be like, I love the wallpaper. Like your dining room, we started with the wallpaper.
That's true.
It's spectacular. And I think that it really depends on what you're doing.
So the
rug can be a good one.
Yeah.
If you're doing like a patterned rug, you know, again, there's not as many options. So you want to kind of get that rug and then pull your upholstery colors and your wall colors and everything from that and have that all tied together.
Maybe it's art. Maybe it's a big
It could be art. Yeah, it could be art for sure. I think it's like you want to think about like what's the hero piece? Not everybody can be a hero.
No.
Not every element in the room can be the
said
star.
Can a designer use IKEA furniture to custom fit in the client's budget? I think that's the question.
Yes. So there are definitely times where we use IKEA, but I'll say this. The big savings with IKEA is by doing the planning and the labor yourself. IKEA, it's a great product to their kitchen specifically, but if you're paying for a designer's time to design it all, you're not getting the full benefit of the discount and the discounted price because it's a lot of time to plan it all. When I work with like a custom millworker, I spend a lot less time planning because it's all custom and I don't have to go through their website and figure out each little piece and what I need and then go back to IKEA 9 million times when I don't have the right items.
IKEA we use often in like kids' bedrooms,
Yeah.
basements, like closets.
Yeah.
And what's nice too, what you did in your house is you sprayed the
I
cabinets to match the walls, which like elevates it.
Yeah.
And I think it's important too to add like a filler at the top. You know?
Oh yeah, you got to build it in.
You got to build in it. You got to build in the IKEA. So
Yeah.
like custom, but yeah.
I think there's value there, but I think if you're like doing it yourself and planning it yourself, there's huge value. I think the value starts to go down as soon as you involve the professional's time because you're paying their hourly rate to plan it.
Is recessed lighting used less these days?
Good question. Well, I think what's interesting is we're seeing a big shift from like open concept to more rooms. And in an open concept space, the recessed lighting makes sense because you basically need to light up this whole big area and you
Light it up! It's like a stage.
I think recessed lighting has a time and a place. It's not my favorite. I mean, I think a beautiful light fixture adds so much to the space. And if you're doing recessed lighting everywhere, you don't get that opportunity. But I do think like, you know, in a shower, you're gonna need a waterproof pot light. There are 2 pot lights in total in my entire house.
Wow.
In each of the showers.
You're really bragging about it.
That's it. It's the only pot lights I have.
Would you make your dining room smaller in order to get a butler's pantry? This is like a personal question.
I think a butler's pantry is awesome. Is your dining room so small now that it does not fit a table for 6 to 8 people? I probably would not do that. But if it's narrow, you could always try a banquette. Push it up against the wall, might make it better. I think a butler's pantry is great. You have to think about your lifestyle. Are you hosting a lot? A butler's pantry would be great if you're hosting like a lot of big parties and you need a staging ground. But if you are doing that, you also might need a bigger dining room. So it's really hard to say.
At my house, our big debate was pantry or closet, and we ended up going with closet just because we thought for our lifestyle, 3 kids, we wanted a place to throw like bags and coats. It's a lifestyle question. We can't answer it.
What's your lifestyle?
I'm just kidding.
Are you hosting a lot of parties?
Thank you for joining us, guys. For another, Thank you for another Yawa episode. You ask, we answer. If you have questions for us, please comment below, like, subscribe, follow us on Instagram, and thank you for watching.
Woohoo!